Traore is a trailblazer in Africa who is breaking the chains of corrupt leadership that has plagued the continent for far too long. In a continent where corrupt leaders continue to perpetuate their power by installing equally corrupt successors, Traore's voice stands out. Recently, Captain Ibrahim Traore sent shockwaves across the continent by calling out corrupt leaders and their actions in no uncertain terms. He boldly stated that certain leaders in Africa try to keep their people in a state of apathy and continue to exploit them for the benefit of the West. He made it clear that such practices cannot continue and must stop. Traore's words have resonated with many who have been victims of corruption for far too long. His call to action has inspired many to speak out against corrupt leaders and demand change. Talking to Africans in the diaspora who came from all over to attend Burkina Faso National Culture Week, including Dr. Arikana, Captain Ibrahim Traore said a lot of interesting things that I will share with you. But before I do that, I would like to share a short clip of what Dr. Arikana said for better understanding of today's topic.
In the country of the upright man is a dream come true. To President Traore, the reincarnation of Thomas Sankara, President Traore, who has led the struggle to complete the unfinished business that was started by our ancestors and our Pan-African leaders in 1963 when they created the Organization of African Unity. During that meeting, they demanded the creation of an Africa that spoke with one voice, an Africa that was united. That journey is yet to be finished. What is happening in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Niger, is just the beginning of a revolution that is way past due for Africa. Africa must unite, and Burkina Faso has shown us the way. They have opened the doors. They have shown us that the bully can be defeated. That no more shall we continue to give up our lunch. That we too need to eat. And therefore, there is no negotiating with the bully. The bully had to go, and Burkina Faso showed us how to do it. So, Mr. President, I bring you your children, descendants of the formerly enslaved. They have waited over 400 years to return the spirits of their ancestors back home to Africa. When the children of Africa were taken out of Africa as slaves, all they ever wanted to do was to come back home to Africa. Each and every one of them that you see, many of them are coming to Africa for the first time. They are bringing with them the spirits of their ancestors to put them to rest here in Burkina Faso. And that's mission number one. Mission number two, we have watched you, Mr. President. You stand for everything that we have hoped for in an African man. Courageous, fearless, and in their faces. France, unapologetically, you told France, pack your bags and go home. you, Mr. President. So we are here. Our third mission is to see what can we do, Mr. President, to play our part in building the Burkina Faso we want.
Captain Ibrahim addressed a diverse audience. He touched on several important topics that require attention and analysis. Among the issues he mentioned was the need to develop our cities and systems of health and education. He emphasized the importance of training our youth in specialized areas, such as scientific engineering, to enable us to transform our produce on-site and achieve food self-sufficiency. He called on experts in the diaspora to return to Africa and teach the young brothers, emphasizing that as long as we don't produce and transform here, we will remain slaves. Captain Ibrahim also spoke about the importance of investing in agriculture and transformation, as Burkina Faso has the potential to produce everything, and everything grows on its soils. He urged investors to consider investing in the food industry to transform our produce right here. He also highlighted the need to transform the educational system to combat brainwashing and ensure that intellectuals are not channeled down predetermined paths. He emphasized the importance of taking back control of our wealth, which has been plundered for too long, and ensuring that our children grow up in a peaceful and healthy environment. He called on everyone to unite and pass on the message of unity, particularly to the youth, who need to wake up and not allow leaders to make them slaves for others. Captain Ibrahim urged the diaspora to use their voices as ambassadors to wake up the continent, regardless of where they are in the world. He entrusted them with the mission of spreading the message of unity and encouraging the youth to take the lead in shaping their future. He thanked everyone for attending the event and wished them well during their stay, with the hope that God will be with them in their endeavors. In conclusion, we would appreciate it if you could kindly share your thoughts on the matter. Your subscription, likes, and shares would also be greatly appreciated. Additionally, please feel free to engage with us in the comments section below.